Hey YouTube, what is going on? Dustin back here again, and today I got another video for you. Today, once again, we're going to be showing the ZR2 some love. I've got a product here for it that you guys might be interested in. This is more of a product for vehicles that you don't drive very often. It's in relation to the battery. Now, why might you want to get this product? You know, like I say, if you don't drive it very often, you'll find that you're having to charge the battery quite a bit. Two, if you don't drive a vehicle very often, the battery often discharges, which in turn means the battery's not going to last as long as it typically will had you kept it topped off. Now, they used to have these things called Trickle Chargers, but the issue with them was that they weren't smart enough to turn off automatically. Well, these newer generations, they're actually smart enough to turn off automatically and even have some really cool quick connect leads, which I'm going to show you here. That way where you can just plug it in and unplug it and you're ready to go in that vehicle. So we're going to be putting this on the ZR2 since we don't drive it all that much. Just leave it plugged in year round, and whenever the battery starts discharging a little, you can go ahead and charge it up and keep it full, and that way I don't ever have to charge the battery again. Alright, so product is behind the tailgate here, so let's go ahead and drop the tailgate and get started on this. Okay guys, so we're on the tailgate of the High Country right here, and we're just going to open it, and I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of it before we do the installation to give you guys an idea of what we're doing here. So I've got my handy dandy unboxing knife, and let's go ahead and cut this bad boy open. So just going to cut it open. Like I said, ordered this off Amazon, about 20 bucks. This was an Amazon warehouse deal, so that's, if you look on there, sometimes you can find things that are just open products that are returned. Still good as new though, as you can see, this one is. So of course, here's the front of it. This is a battery tender junior. Battery tender is kind of like the standard for you know, these sort of products, the Trickle Chargers anymore. As you can see, it's a battery automatic charger, 750 milliamp, 12 volts. Nice thing about this one is it's just 2-prong. It's not 3-prong, so that's real nice. But basically, we'll just open this package on up. I'll show you guys what we got here. So these are going to be the quick connect leads, so you can see you got a positive and negative terminal. That goes to this quick connect here. And all you do is you take this end off, and then on the end of the battery charger here, you take this off, and you plug them in together. And then whenever you're ready to go, you just simply unplug it. Now it's a little tight. You may notice I was struggling to plug it in there, but a few times taking it in and out, it'll loosen up and be good. So we also got some standard Alligator Clips. So these are nice as well, and they also have the quick connect on there. Wouldn't recommend leaving those on. This you can actually screw down under your terminals, and this will stay on there as a permanent fixture. Let's move on to the star of the show, which is right here, the battery tender. You can see it's got a little light here that I'll demonstrate for you guys in a little bit. With a few different commands, you can see we got indicator lights on it. If the light is flashing red, it's not charging the battery. If it's solid red, we got the battery charging. Flashing green means that the battery is greater than 80%, and the solid green is monitoring charged battery, which means it's charged. And this also has a 12-foot cable here, so you got 12 feet to run from power outlet to there. I'm going to use an extension cord since I parked mine far enough away that I can justify it. And then also, of course, in the packaging, which of course I'm not going to bore you guys with this, but there are instructions in here. Product does come with a 5-year warranty, so I mean, this is kind of for battery chargers. These guys are kind of the standard, in my opinion, battery tender here. So be sure to check them out. Now the 750 milliamp, this is not going to be something that if you have a dead car battery, it's going to charge it up in a matter of hours. In fact, I've got a different product for that, and I'll show you guys later, an actual battery charger that charges at 2 amps, 10 amps, and I believe a 50 amp quick charge. That's more designed for a completely dead battery that you want to charge up in, you know, a couple hours and get it going. This is just to maintain a battery, something that's already charged. It probably could charge a completely discharged car battery, but it's going to take a long time with this. So that's everything that's in the box. Don't want to bore you guys any further, so let's go ahead and get on with the installation video. These are pretty self-explanatory. You clip it onto the negative and positive side. I'm going to show you how to actually install this. That way you can just leave it on the vehicle and use these quick connects to plug it in. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we've made our way over to the ZR2. Just going to unlock it and pop the hood. Here's a special trick on this guy. You got to push on one of the corners to make the latch release. But once we got it up here, you're going to see over here is the battery, and hopefully I'll make sure you guys can see that okay on camera. All I'm going to do is disconnect this negative cable, which is pretty loose. I can just wiggle it off by my hand. Yours, you're probably going to need a pair of wrenches or sockets or something to take this off. So highly recommend having that. I'm going to use a pair of channel locks. Wouldn't recommend that, especially for like this style terminal here. This stuff is pretty soft, so you want to get the right size on there. They're pretty easy to strip. I'm not too worried about it on this old battery though. But basically you want to be able to remove both of these connections so we can fit them on the inside where it makes connection to the battery there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. And this is a good example here because I've got one of each kind here. So I've got a big one, and like I say, we're just going to put that in behind this, and I'll show you that here in a second. Then we also got to remove this one here. Now that we got both ends off, I'm just going to take these ends, pop them into place, and you'll see what we're doing here. All right, trying to give you guys as good an angle as I can here. So I'm just going to unwrap this guy here, take the twisty tie off, and I'm going to set this aside because I'm probably going to reuse it for the excess here. The excess you want to do something with, that way you're not you don't have too much of it. So nice thing about this also is it's got a fuse here. So should something go bad, you'll just blow this fuse and you won't actually have anything happen to your vehicle. So like I was saying here, we're just going to take the positive terminal, run it to the positive, and run the negative to the negative. So just going to put this through here, and there you may have to drill it out a little. Mine, I'm going to try to just thread through it. Alright guys, so it's a new day here. Sorry about that. I ran out of daylight yesterday getting everything set up. I ended up having to drill out the eyes, if you will, of those connections there in order to get them to fit. But once you do that, all you got to do is, and I was too excited I had to go ahead and install it last night. So once you get those drilled out just a little bit, you can go ahead and thread those through the battery there. So I've done that already and got it hooked up. I'll kind of show you what that looks like here in a minute, those quick connects there. But you can see I've got it. I had to run an extension cord. It recommends not doing it, but the idea behind that is simply if you know, the extension cord can handle the power or not. But you can see here the battery tender, we've got a green light, and you can look on the side here and see what that means, which is solid green, monitoring battery charge. So right now this battery is 100% charged, ready to go. But you can see you got a 12-foot lead here. It goes all the way to the pickup. So let me see if I can pop the hood so you guys can see kind of how I've got this set up. So for now anyway, I've just got the leads kind of tied in here. That way it doesn't move around or anything like that. And this is the quick connect setup here. So like if I wanted to go drive this, all I got to do is pull these apart. It may be kind of tricky with one hand. I may have to set you guys down for this. But as you can see, all I had to do is pull these two apart. They got these nice caps that you can install just like so. So if you're, you know, storing it, or like this might be in the weather here, I can go ahead and put this on there. It won't rust up or anything like that. Get water in there. So, and then whenever it's time to go ahead and put it back on the charger, all I got to do is plug them back in. And then this thing is plugged back in and it's charging up just like we need it to. And shortly after plugging it back in, you can see here that it has turned red, which means solid red battery charging. So it probably just hasn't connected, realized the state that it's in right at the moment. But as you guys can see here, this is just kind of a nice clean setup. I can simply just unplug this guy, leave this sitting here like I like it, and then start it up. And as you can see, I mean, of course, you know, it's going to start up just like you expect it to because the battery's nice and charged. And we got fresh gas in this gal, so it's a lot better now. But as you can see, starts right up, no issues. And now, since I started it up, it realized that it's pretty full, so it's flashing green right now, which means the battery is charging, but it's more than 80% full. So that's just kind of a good indicator there. But these little battery tenders are pretty handy. You know, I've read a lot of guys getting, you know, no joke, like 10 years out of a battery. So, you know, if I could pay 20 bucks for one of these battery tenders, I'll do it all day to save a $100 battery. You know, I mean, this is just a cheap one in here that I've got, but you know, if I can make it, you know, double the lifespan, let's say, even if it was only the 3-year battery and it turned to 6 years, I'm way ahead on my money for this small investment here, and I can use this battery tender on anything that I want. You know, whether it be a vehicle, motorcycles, ATVs, boats, whatever. I mean, it's universal, and if you ever decide to sell it, you're going to be able to get close to your money back on it. I looked at a few on eBay that were used, and they sell for pretty much the same price as a new one. So, you know, to me, it's a no-brainer. No-brainer at all. Alright guys, like I say, if you like this video and you're thinking about getting one of these battery tender juniors, help me out by using the link down below. It monetarily helps the channel, so I would definitely appreciate it. If you found this review helpful, leave a like on the video. Also hit the subscribe button because we got lots more cool content coming. Not only with the ZR2, but I've got some really cool stuff coming for the high country. We got some cool tool reviews going on too, so you guys are definitely going to like this. It's a good time for this channel. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.